Okay, can you hear that? Yep, right. Good morning. Sorry for the delayed start with the sound soon down. We are in the final day of the Grenadier Buttar Burnside pairs. We have Div 1 out in front of us here on the Orchard Green. There are still 16 teams active in this particular division, Division 1. They're playing their last game of post-section. The game we're going to show you is the game on rink 17, and that's Sean Scott bowling now, and he's playing with Sean O'Neill, so it's the two Seans, and the team they're playing is Adian Takara and Selena Smith. Now they've already, I think this is the first end, so there's been no change in the score. We just had a bit of a hiccup to get it started. Looks like somebody's hit the kitty off the centre line. And now we've got Selena and Sean coming down for their second bowls. Both these teams have had one win each, and they're at the bottom of the table, third and fourth, but if they one of them has a big win, they could come through because the other teams in this section have also had one win. They've just had a slightly bigger differential. So competition's pretty tight here. At the moment, looking at the head, it looks like Selena's got the holding the shot. In fact, I think she was the one that moved the jack off the centre line with her first bowl. And that bowl still didn't cut down. Selena on the mat. Aidan wishing that one would just draw a little bit closer, but it looks like they're holding three shots, so it looks like Aidan was the one that knocked the kitty off the centre line there with his bowl. Sean O'Neill bowling his last bowl for this end. And it's going to knock, does he knock the shot bowl away? It's hard to tell from this angle, but very good bowl. Yep, from that angle it looks like they've just taken the shot, although Scott's doing the old finger measure just to make sure. Aidan's style is very deliberate. He swings even before he gets onto the mat, so he's setting himself up, then he gets on the mat and carries on with that line. Oh, and just missed the shot bowl by not much. Still has another bowl to come. It's a nice cool start to the day here. The important thing is there's no wind, which is the only thing that really ruins a good game of bowls. There's no excuse for any shots going wide or narrow because it's been pushed by the wind. So here's Aidan doing his final shot, seeing if he can improve on that last one. And he's stalking it down the green. Is that a good sign? Gets a little corrector. Oh, yes. Not sure if that's what he was after, but it had the desired result, so it looks like he's now sitting pretty with 2 shots. Not sure what they're going to do here. I think it looks like they're going to try and drag the kitty back to the other Sean's bowls. It's coming the other way. Yep, just a wee bit too much speed. I'm not sure if that's a 2 or a 3, we'll just have to wait. We'll keep an eye on the scoreboard. It's a 3. Alright, so a 3 to Aidan and Selena on the first end. It's a good start. We're trying a new system out today, Selena. We've got Bill down on the green with a laptop or an iPad, and he's updating the score, and it should come through, but looks like we might have missed that update. Yeah, Selena opens with a shot that's jack level. It's interesting watching these players after they've delivered the bowl. It's almost like they're willing it to go where it needs to go. One's gone over the head a little bit. Out on the other greens today, we've got the semi-finals of Div 2 and 3 happening. That's on the back green. If you want to see the results for those, just keep an eye on the Burnside Bowling Club website. They'll be entered as soon as the results are known. Oh, there we go, the score's up. Our aim was to try and do it while they were flipping over the numbers on the scoreboard, but there may be a bit of a delay. At the moment, Aidan's holding 2 shots from Selena's bowls, 1 short, 1 wide. Just looking across the green at all the other heads here, they're all pretty much close to the jack. Lots of different coloured bowls everywhere. Be a bit different coming back down this end. It seems like they haven't quite got the line yet. All these games are 15 ends, and the time limit is 2 hours and 15 minutes. Looks like somebody's found the right line. So Sean Scott picks up a point there. Looking at the other sections in this top Div 1, there's just about every one of them has, apart from section 1 and 2 have somebody with 2 wins. So you kind of hope that those will be the teams that go through, but you never know what happens in a game of bowls. In Div 1, Joe Edwards' team has had 2 wins, and in Div 2, Matt Gallup has had 2 wins as well. So, and they're playing people obviously with only 1 win. But in Div 2, I think Matt Gallup's playing somebody who's had no wins, so they might be lucky enough to have 3 wins. That'll be a dead cert to get through to the final. So Selena's first bowl has drawn the shot. That's great. Putting her next one down. Obviously the players have found their line, coming this way now. Someone's going in behind. Aiden's happy with that, gives it a clap. That one looks a little wide. Oh, it's come back onto the centre line, but it's behind the kitty. Not many people watching the games this morning, but I imagine as it gets a bit warmer and a bit closer to the finals, we'll have a full green of people watching. So come down, Burnside Bowling Club on Avonhead Road. See some top bowlers in action. Just misses the shot bowl. Moves it closer to the kitty. Some of the players that were knocked out last night, we've basically lost half the field in Div 2 and Div 3. There's 24 teams not playing today, but a lot of them have turned up and they're watching the play out here. Looks to be a bit narrow. I think it's going to end up in the same spot as this first bowl. Yep. Is he going to knock off the... Oh no, just missed. You can see what the intention was for that bowl, was to run off the shot bowl that's sitting there. Aiden's going to put something in the way or get another one close. Greens are looking a picture today. Glenn Miller presents them beautifully, does a great job. Yes, that's good. That's the second shot. So, not sure what Sean's going to do here. Is he winding up for a bit of a blast? Certainly looks like it. It's going to come quick. He's not going to sit around. Yes, he's knocked it, but has the kitty gone out? It's still 1 to Aiden and Selena. It's always one of those shots that if you think you can hit them away, you can do it, but generally it's what happens after those 2 bowls are moved and where it's going to end up. But often it's worth the gamble. It took away 1 shot anyway because they were 2 down, so Sean only ended up being 1 down after that. There we go, the score was up before they bowled the first bowl, is that right? Well done, Bill, wherever he is. We've actually got microphones at each end, so if there is some talk amongst the players, we hope to be able to pick that up. And particularly if it's a yell or a scream or whatever, I'm sure we'll be able to hear that. There's been a lot of talking so far. I think it's part of the game, they're just settling in. It appears they haven't quite found the length going this way. Can't blame the wind, there's no wind out there, it's a lovely still morning. I'm not sure that's what he wanted to do. He's moved Selena's bowl up a bit closer. Memory tells me that Sean Scott has actually won this at some stage. I can't remember when, but I'm pretty sure he's usually in Div 1 somewhere. So if he has a good enough win, he'll be able to get through to the semis. Sean on his first bowl, he's found the length, it's just a matter of getting the right green. Yeah, nobody seems to want to get close on this end. And as we call in our inter-club games, when nobody gets close, we now call it a COVID end. Because everybody's social distancing from the kitty. And it's the old saying, when you walk up the other end, we've left it up to the skips. But in this case, there are two sets of positions that people play. They play the lead and the third, as Selena is now, and they play second and skip, being 2-2-2-2. Aidan thinks this is going to be a good shot. He's willing this one in. It's a toucher, and it's moved it into a very good spot because there are two bowls back there. Aidan looks like they'll be holding 3 shots. Sean's coming in from the other side. There's a clear path to the jack from there. As he picked the length. And short just a little bit. I'm not sure that from here, looking at that angle, they still hold shot. So the bowls will be going a little bit on unplayed area with the jack being moved across. They still roll pretty true. How's this one looking? It's going to duck underneath as well. Yep, going through. Both these players, both the Sean players, Sean Scott plays for Bannockburn and Sean O'Neill plays for the Kiatoa Club. Let's have a look and see where Aidan is. Okay, so Aidan's plays out of the Point Chevalier Club in Auckland and Selena Smith plays out at Takapuna, so I guess you can say they're both Aucklanders. Aidan's first attempt at coming down the slightly unused side of the rink. Just needs to give it an extra yard on, looks like it. Seems to be a particular wide track for Sean Scott's bowls, but they do draw a long way. Still maybe a bit further to come. Let's see if Aidan can get round there. Seems to be a bit of driving on the rink next to them, making sure the bowls don't suddenly stray into your head. Well, Aidan's definitely given that one plenty, but too far. Final bowl from Sean Scott. He's watching it out there. It's going wide again, but they do draw a long way, his bowls. And I think that's most probably going to be enough to get the shot. Yes, it is. So that's one shot to Sean Scott. And they've elected to go for a very long end, 2 metre to 2 metre. Some teams like this one. It's the sort of one you can practice a lot. It's not quite 2 metre to 2 metre, but it's pretty close. Having a longer end means the bowl is on the green for longer. It has a longer track, so you can make more adjustments, I guess. Sometimes the shorter ends means that it's taking a narrower lead and it still needs to roll not quite as far. So Selena's gone past and Sean O'Neill has gone short. Not sure what's happened to Bill. Score hasn't been updated. Wake up, Bill. Technical, looks like we're having connection problems here. Bill's actually walked upstairs to get Tamara to fix it. But the score is 4-1. Selena managed to get a toucher, but it's not the sort of toucher you want where it's hit it and kept moving. So still hasn't got the shot. Sean O'Neill's holding the shot. Lovely arriving bowl here. That's great shot. He's found his length. Looks like the players are getting their track coming down this way. Aiden's bowl falls a bit short. Just looking across at the scoreboards for all the other games that I can see from here, and they're all sort of, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. They're all very close games. So there's a lot of people close competition with the rest of the teams in their section. Beautiful bowl by Sean. He's holding 2 shots. Oh, 3, yes, 3. Now that I look at the head again, Aiden's going to come down and I can see what he's trying to do. He might get a little corrector there, and that's obviously not what they wanted, not what the Seans wanted. But it's just done enough to cut it down to 1. Aiden's describing the shot to Selena. She walks up the green saying you can come through the head. Got 2 catches at the back. The score's now up to date. Tamara's reconnected Bill's laptop, tablet. So what's Selena going to do here? She's coming down forehand direction. Guess she's going to try and either lock up Aiden's bowl or collect a kitty. Oh, I think that was the shot that Aiden was describing to Selena when they were down there. I think Sean's just going to try and consolidate here. He's coming in from the backhand side. It's a pretty narrow track coming down that way. He's got one in behind. I think that's a good place.
It's almost bad for us. We're trying to kind of get this ball first. You get me? That's fine. Weight's real good.
Aiden giving directions to Selena saying that's exactly what you want. Come off that one into here. It's always handy to have a partner at the other end that can see the head and can call the shots. Let's wait for your partner to deliver it. We're not going to get another deflection here, are we? No. Aiden's having a very good look at the head before he goes. The two Shawns are having a conversation, saying, what can we do here? What do you think they're going to do? It's always one of the parts of the game of bowls is to try and predict the future where you think the other team might go and you might need to cover it. Aiden's going to hold back and just see what happens with Sean Scott's first bowl. It's always an option. First time we did live streaming, as I suggested yesterday, we had the Australian coach as a co-commentator, and he'd look at a head like that and say, they've got this option, that option, they can do this, or that can work here. I was quite surprised that just about every head there was about 5 or 6 different things you could do. Just a matter of the players picking one. I guess that comes with experience. Hello, yep. That bowl was in the way, I'm not sure which. Aiden's now having a look and see if there's a track there through him. Let's get another discussion. He walks quickly back to his mark. He's made up his mind what he wants to do. He swings before he gets on the mat. That's it. Yep. Same procedure every time, which is great. He's going a bit quicker on the backhand. He's aiming maybe to come through those 2 bowls there. Or a deflection off that one. Yep. Okay. Still means they've got 2 second shots now.
Just keep the draw there, mate. Just round the peg.
Aiden's following that one up. He wants to have another good look. That one seems to be exceptionally wide from Sean Scott. Looks like his intention is he's going around the back. Yes, he wants to put some bowls in amongst those of the opposition, so that if the kitty does move, he's got that shot covered. It's one of these strategies where you have to predict the future. So here comes Aiden. Looks like he's lining up for quite a reasonably quick shot. Yep, reasonably quick. Through the middle here. Is he on track? Yes, oh, beautifully done. He left the kitty where it was. It's well carried out, so it's looks like it's just the one. It didn't look like they measured the second one there. Wait for the other Sean to flip over the scoreboard so we can see what it is. That was a 2. There you go. So that's a pretty handy lead. When you've got a handy lead, if you put first bowl up like that, then that puts the pressure on. And it's a slightly shorter end as well. We can see that Selena and Aiden like to play the slightly shorter ends. The mat's up a couple of metres and the kitty's up at least 3 or 4 metres as well. So that's obviously their preferred length. As soon as you get the kitty back, you can control the game. got one on the kitty and one behind. Aidan will be happy with that. Sean O'Neill, what's he going to do? This would be good if it just picks up the jack and moves it across. Oh, beautiful, beautiful bowl, Sean. Sat on the shot bowl, moved it out, kicked it back. Now he's holding shot. So the pressure is relieved. Now it's Aidan's turn to see if he can pick up the jack or the... Oh yes, just brushed it on the way past, but a full-on connection with the jack would have been much better. Sean Scott's putting one in just behind there. It's coming through. Aidan doing his usual swing of the arm before he gets on fully onto the mat. Didn't quite go the distance. Hopefully it's enough to cut out, and it should be the second shot. And Sean puts another one in just behind. Looking across the green at some of the other heads here, they're all very, very close to the kitty. And there's quite a bit of driving going on as well, so you have to be careful when you're in a neighbouring rink, somebody giving it a bit of a ping to try and move the bowls around. Let's see if Selena can put in a shot, follow that same track that Aidan did with just maybe 15 centimetres on. Not quite. See the intention from both teams. Sean's telling Sean to come the other way. Bowl isn't in the way, so that's good. A lot of the modern bowls, they don't actually go very wide, and they're a very narrow finishing bowl. Look at that. Great. Great finish there. Sometimes if there's a bowl in front with these narrower bowls, it's hard to get past, but these players at this level can, you know, drop it through, find a little gap. And this one looks like it's on track to collide with all of them, and yes. So the jack's getting moved around a bit in this game. It's always a challenge. It's now in a different place, so you've got to play a slightly different line. I think we're starting to use a fair bit of the rink here. We've been out this side before, playing this way, so the bowls aren't playing over sort of new grass. Yeah, I think Aidan's happy with the outcome from that one. So you can now got a clear path to the kitty. They've had a good look. It's always a sign if they back their way up the green, looking at the head all the time, they're still making up their mind. But when they turn their back and walk up, you know exactly they've made up their mind. Aidan knows exactly the shot he's going to do. He's now on the mat, does his usual swing. His intention is clear. Now he just needs to make the bowl do what his intention is. It's going wide. Breaking just a wee bit later, which means it's going over, is it? Yep, just over the head a bit. That one's going to run out of puff as well. Well, I don't think it's going to be in Aidan's path, because he's now got a sighter. He needs to come in underneath that one and head towards the kitty. Oh, didn't pick that one. That was an unexpected drive, that one. I didn't think he was going to go that fast, but he did. So I can see obviously they're one down. If they did get rid of that one, it might have given them one shot. Had a visit from Alan Bryce over my back here. I asked if he wanted to do some commentary, but no, he's busy counting the money and keeping the bar up to date. So, that looks like that would have been one shot to Sean Scott. See how quick Bill can get on the update now if he hasn't lost the connection again. I thought they would have gone for a slightly longer end. I thought these two like playing the long ends. But it's just a couple of metres up. Yep, there we go. Well done, Bill. 6-2. Yeah, all the players seem to have got their lines now, right? If the bowl finishes near the centre line, you know that they've got their track right. It's just a matter of getting the weight. It's something that comes natural to a lot of players. Selena has got the track as well, but it looks like she's over the length, which... Sean hoping to correct on his first bowl. Yep, he's definitely improved the weight, and he's still ended up on the centre line. So he's still got his track, just a matter of getting that right weight. See if Selena makes the same correction. She's got to go a little less. Braking at the right time. This one looks like it's going to be, and Aidan wants it to stop very soon, and it's straight up to the kitty. Great shot. Give Selena a big smile, marks it. Will there be high fives? Nope, they're not a team of high fives. Aidan just holding back, having another discussion with Selena. Just watching to see what Sean Scott's first bowl's going to do. Doesn't look like he's going to try and drive it off. He's just going to try and draw one in there. that is going to be... Oh, wow. Great effort. See if Aiden comes the same way and he's slightly under, he can rest that one out. We can go a bit wider on the other side. Oh, that's a bit risky. You don't want to knock the jack back to the waiting Sean O'Neill bowl. But he hadn't done that, so that's good. So Sean Scott following the same line as last time. He's watching it. Making sure that it turns at the right spot. Yep, it's turning. Is it going to do the business? Or... From this angle, I'd say it looks like he's taken the shot with that one. It's standing up on its side. Sometimes bowls standing up and bowls lying down, and they bulge in different places. I need an umpire up here or somebody who's known good at judging these distances. By looking out the window, though, I suspect that that is Sean Scott's. So I guess Selena can do the same thing. She can come down and rest on Sean Scott's bowl and take the shot away. Sean O'Neill's going to do something different as well. Let's find out as soon as he gets on the mat and he's made his mind up. He's coming the forehand way. There's always the risk coming that way that you might just push off. Oh no, it's got a good result. Yep. It's definitely going to stop Aiden's or Selena's bowl coming along that way and trying to get the jack. But if you go wide enough, Aiden's asking it, willing the bowl to swing, swing, swing. Still, there's another one waiting back there if the kiddie does come back. I'm pretty sure Sean Scott's saying, hey, Sean, get one down here. We need one on the back, just amongst all these others. Let's see if that's what they're going to do. No, he's ending up with another one in front. Okay. Aiden still wants Selena to come that way. Just asking how far in front that one is. I think Aiden's not happy with it. It's not narrow enough. Yeah, it's the same shot as last time. Don't forget, if you want to follow all the results, BurnsideBowlingClub.com. They've got all the results there from the earlier rounds as well, so you can see how these teams have made it through to Div 1. And we're keeping them up to date. Ken giving me a wave through the window here. He's one of the IT guys here. Does a great job on the computer, keeping the scores up to date. So they're holding one now. Sean's coming the other way. She's had a lot of success with. I think he knows the track down that side. But that one looks fairly wide. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's putting one in the back there amongst all the other bowls, just in case the kiddie does go back there. Yep. Sometimes you see a shot like that and you think, why did they do it? But now you can see, once you've got a shot, you want to protect it. You can put the bowl back there, and in case the jack does go mysteriously back there, which I'm pretty sure Aidan is trying to do. Definitely wants to move it, but it's not that much of an advantage now if it does go back. It's coming a bit narrower. Breaking towards it. Oh, it's getting, yeah, it's a bit more successful than Selena's bowls. He's finished behind it, so I guess if he gets it next time and knocks it back, he's got one waiting there now. Sean's coming the same way. Guess his effort is to try and make sure he gets a bowl in the area. No, it's a bit short. Last chance for Aidan. It's definitely narrower, I can see that, but I think it's going to drop in front. Yep. Okay, so that's 1 point. One shot to Sean and Sean. Putting them on 3. Well done, Bill. He got the score up just as before the first bowl, or as the jack was being delivered, so that's what we were aiming for. And yes, they have gone for a slightly longer end. The kitty's almost on the 2 metre mark, and the mat up this end's up at least a couple of metres as well, though. Seems to be their preferred length. They like it a bit longer. And Sean O'Neill's definitely picked up the length with his first bowl. While waiting for this bowl to arrive, I'll just go a quick run through of our sponsors here. We had John Phillips on co-announcing yesterday, and he's one of our major sponsors for this tournament. He's with Harcourt's Grenadier as a land agent. He does a pretty good job. He's been bowling here for a fair while, maybe 3 or 4 years. And yeah, he enjoys his bowls, but he also is very generous. When he sells a house of one of the club members, he donates some money to the club. So we're very pleased to have him on board, and he's a major sponsor for this tournament as well. Some of the other sponsors we've got here are Lamb and Hayward, funeral directors. Got the Avonhead Tavern, that's our local tavern here. We've got Morgan Project Services, who look after some of the major roadworks or project works. Spates Breweries, those people from Dunedin who like to have a drink of Spates, or even the Christchurch people, we have it here. Bowls New Zealand's one of our sponsors, and they're up here helping us with the all the equipment for this live streaming. Got Tamara and Erin here. Did a great job setting everything up yesterday and again today. Setting up all the graphics and all the up-to-date scores. That's another good shot, so it looks like I'd say they're holding 3, so this is a bit of pressure on Aidan. If they score 3, it'll be 6-all, so it's not going for the drive just yet, but he's got to put one in the area, I guess. Oh, Oh no, you'd be surprised. This must be a line right through there, yeah. It's one of those things when you see a bowl arrive at the head and you think, how can you get through that line? But there was definitely a little track there and he went straight through it. Oh. Sean Scott's put one on the back, or has he gone too long? No, it stayed on. Brilliant. Just in case it moves back, because it looks, from that first bowl of Aiden's, it looks like he's trying to trail the jack back away from those ones. Close is he this time? I think he's turning a wee bit late. Yep. Okay, some more of our sponsors here. We've got GMC, we've got Somerset, one of our retirement village companies here. They do a fair bit of sponsor work for us, which is great. And Muzzy Shirts, yes, representative is here, and he's outfitted the barbecue staff with aprons and hats, so they're really pleased. Does a great job with his players' shirts and apparel. Sean O'Neill coming in. I think he's definitely got the rub of the green coming this way for this length. He's just put one in behind because he knows that's where the other team is trying to drag the jack back to there. There's Selena's first attempt. It looks like it's going to go under the head. For all those people that aren't familiar with the Burnside Bowling Club, we've actually got 3 greens here, 3 natural greens. There's no artificial greens here, so Glenn Miller's kept pretty busy. They're not covered, so you're out in the sunshine all the time. But this one's out the back, we call this the green out the back, so it is a little bit more sheltered if the wind does get up. This is where we'll be holding the semi-finals and finals. As I suggested yesterday, on finals day for the Burnside pairs, it normally blows a howling nor'wester, and it is predicted. And look at this one. Oh, okay, that's the killed end. I think they were kind of hoping for a better outcome than that to try and move the jack back, but no, they're kicking the bowls back. They play from the same end. Looks like a lot of bowls to kick back. There's only 4 bowls for each player, so that's just the same number of bowls if you're playing 4s, which is 16. But in this case there's 4 bowls of each of the same colour, so we've only got 4 players in this one. And yes, they've gone for the full length again. The mat's slightly up, but the Kitty is on the 2 metre mark. Let's see if he's remembered the length. Not a bad opener. Another one of those Selena's touches that just manages to brush the kitty and carry on, so it doesn't end up anywhere near the kitty. It is, however, a toucher, so if it goes in the ditch, it still counts as long as it's inside the rink. So we're playing end 7 of 15, so we could say after this one we're halfway through. Apologies, I was having a drink and I bumped the microphone. Alright, so Selena's gone in behind again as well. Let's see if the other Sean Scott can do. Oh yes, he's managed to draw one jack level. Just looking across at some of the other scores here, looks like Joe and Val are leading after 6 ends, 9-1, which definitely will put them into a final position, or semi-final playoff position. Should be good after watching them play yesterday against Taylor and Lance.
I'm just going to use the vacuum cleaner, doesn't affect
you. Yep. Okay, so Sean Scott looks like he's putting another one in there. This round of air bowls around the jack. I'm not gonna say how many they're up because I'm not very good at measuring, but it looks like they're definitely holding shot. See if Aidan can get one a bit closer to make it easier for me to tell how many shots there are. Looks like he's going past again. So there's a lot of one team's bowls behind and a lot of the other team's bowls in front. So I guess in this situation, if you can move the jack back, got a pretty good chance of picking up some shots. I suspect this next one from Sean O'Neill will actually go back behind the jack and cover those bowls. Or maybe not. Just putting another one up there. So Selena's strategy could be to move that jack back.
weight's all over it.
Well, got one in there amongst them, but it's not very close, so it still could be a few shots up. Sean O'Neill going to put one behind. Certainly gone wide enough. It's gone far enough. And sure enough, he's put one at the back in amongst all those other bowls. That's, as I say, not a bad shot. Beginners might say he's missed by a long time, but I'd say that yep, that's Selena's second go at trying to move the kitty back. Still two more bowls from Aidan to come. Pretty sure Sean Scott's aware of what they're trying to do. Maybe they should have concentrated on just drawing one near. It's always a bit of afterthought when you've had 3 or 4 goes at doing something and it hasn't helped your score much. Sean Scott hesitates on the mat. Bit of a distraction. Looks like he's trying to put one in the back as well and amongst the other team's bowls. Oh, he hasn't managed to succeed there either. All draw another one close. Aidan sprints back down the green. Looks like he's winding up, but it's hard to tell. Yep, he's definitely winding up and going quite quick. And he's looking for the jack, and he misses.
See how back when it's gone, mate?
The question is, what's he going to do with his last bowl?
I'd come back here, eh?
What's Sean Scott going to do with his last bowl? I think Sean O'Neill's saying, yep, come back here. See where my foot is? That's where I want it. It's one of the times you're not actually bowling at the kitty, you're actually bowling for position. So let's see if Sean had his foot. See how close he gets to that. Well, that's nowhere near where he had his foot. He looks like he's just drawn another shot. So here's another attempt at the jack. Yep. And it looks like they've already decided how many it was. I won't guess how many they were because my guessing's not that great. I'd say it's 4, but we'll wait for the score to go up. Bill can update it from down next to the green. It was 5. Wow. Okay. Well, that's a big turnaround. Giving away a 5 in a game like this is not that often. Although we saw in yesterday's game, seem to remember that Joe and Val gave away a 5 and then they got a 5 back on the next end. So it's pretty unusual that you score such a large number. But as we saw, Aidan and Selena had many goes at trying to move that kitty back and they missed every time. So Reminds me of my early days in juniors, where we decided that the skip was never ever going to drive. If there was a way to get a shot, they would actually try and draw a shot. And that was our golden rule. And we broke that rule just about every second time we were in that situation. So maybe it wasn't a rule. But Selena's done well. She's got a shot on. Straight after you've given away a 5, I think it's important that you show them that that was a oncer. You're not going to get as many shots this time. She's got... Yep, she's got the line right. This finished on the middle line, just a little short for a second bowl. So after these next 4 bowls, we're halfway through of a 15 end game. 7.5 ends, I guess you could call it.
Pretty sure it's 91.
Good effort by Sean Scott. First bowl. Definitely got second shot. A little short on Aiden's first bowl. After this round is over, the 4 winners will meet each other in the semi-finals. And just looking across at some of the scores, can definitely pick on. Pretty sure that Joe and Val will be in the finals. Looks like they're ahead in their game. And there you go, that's Aiden. Now, judging from that shot from up here, I can see the end very clearly at this end. That's definitely not second shot. I think it's the other bowl of Sean Scott. Out to the right, that's got the shot there, second shot, so still just one. That one's gone a bit long. Aiden's indicating there's the one you've got to beat if you're coming in from that side. So Selena's playing into that side, trying to beat that bowl out to the right. Sean's just about on track to come through that gap, but no, it's fallen short. Now let's see if Selena can get round that front bowl and draw in from the side there. Aiden's willing it to stop. Yes, another beautiful bowl. All over, and it's a toucher as well. Great shot. Very animated discussion between Aiden and Selena. They're sort of big smiles. Obviously happy with their effort at this end, especially after dropping a 5. It's good to come back. Feel like you're still in the game. They're holding, could be 2, could even be 3. It's 2. There's 4 bowls to come, and Sean Scott is on the hunt. Coming in from the backhand. Watching it arrive. Just gone through a bit. Aiden jogs back up the green. Obviously still quite young and plenty of energy. And picks up the bowl. Goes through his normal routine. Swings before he goes on. And then he's on the mat. So he's trying to come in on the track that Selena came in from that side. He hasn't quite got it. He's come in behind. Or maybe that was the intention. Yes, I think it was, looking at that. Sean Scott's going to pick up the kitty. That's where it's going to go. So he needed to put one back there. So that's good position bowling. How much on track is he this time? Wow. If that had been the shot bowl that he rested on, it would have been the shot, but unfortunately it wasn't. So it's the next white speckled bowl that had that. So here's a chance for Aiden if he can draw inside that. See if he can get that track. Then they'll pick up 2, but at the moment they're holding 1. And here it comes, and it's going to go through, and the players just pick it up, so that'll be 1 shot to Aiden and Selena. Well done, Bill. The kitty was only halfway up the green and he got that score in, so that's good. The network's working. Everything's working as intended. So what have they done? Slightly shorter end again. Seems to be the length that Aiden and Selena like playing. To Sean's like a slightly longer end. More importantly, the first bowl is a good pressure bowl. Not quite a toucher, but enough to say, hey, we're going to score from this end. Aiden's willing this one in to be another shot close to the kitty, and it is, yep. Almost the same pattern. Selena puts 1 on the kitty and 1 behind. Can't ask for more than that. There's a lead. a low 5 between Selena and Aiden. They come back down the green, so they're feeling confident again. They've fought back after their 5 point down to pick one up, and now they're hopefully on the track to pick up another. Yep, that'll be a handy bowl there, although it's gone a little bit wide, but it's good length. So that predicted wind hasn't turned up yet. It's still reasonably still down there. So the players can play, you know, same width and the same track. I need to worry about saying this is the narrow side, this is the wide side, or this is the headwind one, as opposed to the trailing end one. Aiden's pretty happy with this one. Follows it up. Still just a little bit off to the side, but no, that's a handy bowl there. I'd say they're holding 3 at the moment. Aidan just signalling to Selena there's a couple of bowls back there. We need one just in front of those to cover it, just in case the kitty does move. But they're in a pretty strong position on this end. But as we've seen, that can change quickly with a drive or a click of the kitty. So that was the first attempt at trying to put one in front of those 2 bowls. It went a wee bit behind, but that's must be a reasonable spot there too. Sean's is still trying to come under those pink bowls, or the red speckled bowls, and yep, that's not bad. He's got second shot. Oh, he might have picked up the shot. Let's see what Selena's been asked to do now. Aiden's trying to persuade the bowl to stay out longer. Yep, he's right, it was just a little bit narrow. As I remember from the masterclass with Joe and Val, once the bowl has left your hand, you can't do anything about it. So it's still reasonably open. There's a clear track to the kitty from both sides. It's a matter if they want to move the kitty or leave it where it is and just draw some more bowls in, or maybe move it back to some waiting bowls behind. That's it's always a decision you've got to make. That's why bowls behind are worth more than the bowls in front. It's important that you get your bowls behind the kitty. Aiden's trying to do the same shot. He's trying to get on to Sean O'Neill's bowl. Just move that out. And Sean Scott is just content with drawing. This is definitely going to... Yep. I'd say that he's moved Sean O'Neill's bowl, so they're one down, as Celine is indicating. Asking Aiden just to come down maybe and sit on that one, or just roll it one roll. And he's managed that. Perfectly weighted bowl, got a little corrector that we can say was the way he was shooting, and he's now managed to rest on the kitty, and it looks like they're holding 2 shots. A long pause there between the 2 Seans. They're obviously looking and thinking and saying, what have I got to hit? What have I got to get out? I'd say this is going to be a reasonably quick shot. And depending on where they make contact first, will depend on hopefully what bowls are left. It's coming awfully quick. Oh, and he missed the target. So judging on what it was, I'd say it's a 2, but we'll wait for the score to be flipped over. Gone for a slightly longer end this time. It's they make them slightly shorter, but I guess any length, as long as you can do that, keep your... Yep, so it was a 2. So again, Selena has a toucher, but it moves away from the kitty. Everybody's keen to come down and watch the final, the semi-finals and the finals. It's free entry here, Burnside Bowling Club, 330 Avonhead Road. Pretty easy place to find. If you're interested in bowls, or even just interested in seeing some skilled players playing a game, which they're very, very good at, come down and watch. So Selena might be disappointed in that second bowl. It fell a bit short. Sean was hoping to improve on his first shot. Coming in pretty good track. Be going just a little bit, but it'll be another little touch, and he's just resting up with it. That's what you want a toucher to do. Touch the bowl, touch the kitty, and keep with it. going to be a hard one to beat. The kitty is not touching the bowl. I can see that from up here. So let's see what Aiden's going to do. Just making sure that he's got second shot in there. Yes, he's definitely got the second shot. Now it's a matter of consolidating. I imagine that Sean Scott's going to want to go in behind rather than be in front. He's definitely done that. It's gone a long way back. I think he's suspecting that they'll have a bit of a bash at it. And if they do, then I've already got one back there. Aiden's come narrow, but he's given it a bit of a push. Oh, wow. Okay, so Sean, judge looking from up here, that could be a second shot. Yeah, so that means Selena's either got to just touch the shot bowl and move the kitty back, but if that happens, there's nothing there waiting. So we'll see what shot she's going to attempt. Oh, just missed by a whisker. Just trying to... There's a bowl back there now, so if she has success with her second bowl, there'll be something that it can move back to. Looks like Sean's just putting another one back there, just to make sure. Yep, I've got two waiting back there now in case somebody has a bit of a rush at it and the kitty goes back there. So it's not a full-blooded rush at it, it's just whiz past and just either nick kitty or the bowl. And that one's just a little short, but good effort. There's another bowl going in behind. Maybe the two Seans are thinking maybe we should move the jack back there, kitty back there, and then we've got an even better collection, but they're holding two bowls to come. That looked like quite a big wind up there from Aiden. Maybe it is going to become quicker. And That was an amazing shot. So he's managed to just touch the shot bowl and move it away. There's still one down. And he's removed all the bowls that were behind, which is, I'm not sure how he managed that, but he has. He's cleared it all out. Sean is putting in another shot. I'm not sure if that's... Selena's having a look. So it's one and a measure, she's saying. So, not sure what Aiden's going to do here. He's doesn't look like he's going to go for a running shot. He's got to draw something, so he's taken his time, picked his line. And it's breaking at the right time. And he's drawn the shot. Great pressure bowl. He's removed the shot bowl, and the second bowl from this end he's actually managed to draw the shot. So Sean O'Neill's telling Sean Scott it's a fair way off. Is he going to have a go at removing it? I suspect he is. Well, he hasn't done it with a full-blooded shot, but he's come down with a bit of speed. And it's... ooh, not enough. Wow. Some superb bowling those last 2 or 3 bowls that came down. Changed the fortunes of both teams. But it ended up with still one for Aiden. So they're into double figures. And they've gone for a slightly longer end again. And the first bowl from Serena puts just a little pressure on to say, yep, we've got one close. Aiden's willing that one to go on a bit further. Not quite. Just looking across at some of the other scores, the one I know for sure is that I'm pretty sure that Joe and Val are way ahead. They look like it's 19-1 there, which is pretty much a win for them, which guarantees them a shot through. Just looking at some of the other ones there. Taylor's on the rink next to them. could be down 5-10. I can't see which side of the scoreboard they're on, but the score's 5-10, so somebody's ahead and somebody's behind. There you go. Okay, see if Aidan can consolidate here and get another shot in. Going slightly behind. There's a time limit on these games. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. So they're still playing their last end when the bell goes. They're allowed to finish it. If they've killed one of those ends, they keep playing until they play the end that was killed. So we get a lot of games that go on a lot longer than the 2 hours 15. Especially when points matter.
There's something with that weight out. I normally don't play that big. It's the only way if I do pull it slightly narrow and get it out clean. Unless you do like the other hand, but I prefer it there. Yeah, it's good enough there.
So scores are still pretty close. I think if Aidan and Selena can keep scoring, they're looking like they're heading their way through for another win. But it depends on the other games in this section if they'll go through. And depends on their differential. At the moment they've got a differential of -1, and there's Dean Drummond has a differential of +12, so they've got to win by a long way. So I wouldn't say that they're in contention, but you never know what happens in these games. Okay, it's just lovely ball coming through here. Is it going to pick up the kitty? And it does, but it moves away from it. So judging by that look there of the head, they're still one shot down. Oh.
No. They're narrow, but no, not really.
Yep. Thank you. I've just had my new runner, Mike, give me some scores here. So Morris Symes playing... Let me have a look. I'll just have a look on my list here. Symes is playing Adam Bailey, and they're down 6-12. Is that right? Derby. That's right, yeah, Mike's going to fill out the names a bit better, otherwise I'll announce it wrong. There's the draw there if you go and have a look. I'd hate to be misleading people and telling them the wrong side. So it looks like Sean's having a go. Oh, he's moved the... Yeah, that's most probably a pretty good place for them. I'd say they're holding 2 now after that move of the kitty. So they're trying to draw back up again. Okay, so Aidan now needs to come on a displaced jack round the back. Again, I think the kiddie's been moved out to this area quite a bit, so this side of the rink's actually had a bit of bowls going down it, which is great. And let's see if he can remember how he drew the shot here last time. Looks like he's picked it pretty well. Yep, that's okay. He's now drawn the shot. 2 more bowls from Sean Scott. Let's see how he remembers the track on this side. Going to be on track. He's not going to move the jack again, is he? Oh, nearly. Sean O'Neill tried to persuade it to move across. Would have been a good shot if it was. It would have definitely taken it into the ditch and then hard to beat. And there's another good bowl from Aidan. Pretty sure it's rolled. Yeah, it's rolled through a bit further.
Great shot, mate. 3
Just talking to my marker here, we seem to have a dispute about who's on rink 24. But trust me, that's Adam Bailey, not Kiana Darby. He's not here. Good try. Okay, so I have got some scores I can update you now. On rink 24, after 12 ends, Morris Symes is down to Adam Bailey, 6-12. So Adam leads 12-6. On the next rink, rink 23, Graham Rees is playing Matt Gallop, and that's a draw after 11 ends, 13 all. So that's quite an interesting one, although there's not much of a chance there because Graham Rees hasn't had any wins yet. So Matt Gallop with a draw will get through anyway because he's already had 2 wins. On the next rink, that's the Joe Edwards one, yep, playing Trevor Drake. They're ahead 19-1 and they're pretty much certain to go through, I suspect, because they've already had 2 wins. The next rink is Taylor Bruce playing Steve Lilly. They're down 5-10. So that means that Steve will have another win. No, he only have 1 win. Taylor will have a loss. So that's basically Joe Edwards' section to win anyway. So there's not much chance there. The next rink is Calvin Scott versus Mike Kernahan. And Mike Kernahan is down 11-4. Wow, okay, so that's interesting because that would have made them have a second win, but it depends on the game between Richard Hocking and Dave Vincent. And in that one there, it looks like Richard's losing to Dave Vincent, sorry, yeah. So Dave Vincent looks like he's a clear winner there, I suspect, so that'll mean he'll go through from section 4. So the 2 definite ones are Joe Edwards and Dave Vincent, and we really are looking at the other ones here in section 2. Who's that? That's Aidan, that's the other Aidan. He is leading against Drummond. Yeah. Okay. And that means that could be a very tight game because it depends on the differentials there. So Aidan's going to have a slightly better lead than Dean, so that's quite open because they've both got positive differential, or 0s and 12s, so Dean might still be able to make it through. Yeah. We'll just wait for the final whistle on that one, I think. But yeah, it's all open. So I think we've got Joe coming through in section 1. Section 2, I'm pretty sure that's Matt Gallop, isn't it? Do we call that game? Yes. Well, that's a draw at the moment, but if they can win that one or even have a draw, then that's fine. Section 3 is all open, and Section 4, I'm pretty sure Dave Vincent will come through there. So it's... Oh, right, okay, yep. Yeah, so it's Adam Bailey being ahead of Morris Symes, isn't it? Yeah, yep, so we'll see how that turns out. But keep an eye on the website. As soon as the results are in, you'll see it, and then we'll announce the players of the semi-finals, and we'll be definitely broadcasting those as well. Now let's get back to the game we're watching now. Thanks, Mike. Have we missed anything? What have we missed? The score is now 10-11, so Sean Scott must have picked up a 3, according to my score here. And they're holding... yes, they are. Even after that little brush there that Aidan tried to move Selena's bowl in a bit closer. So this is coming down to the business end as well, because looking at the timing here... oh no, we've still got 20 minutes to go, according to this, so I suspect they will all get through to their 15 ends. Although a lot of these games, the players like to kill the ends as well. So, Mike, do you want to do some talking? Go on, put the headphones on. Oh. Okay, Mike, you're on.
Well,
This is
AJ or Ian Van Hasselt here.
AJ's better.
AJ? Okay, all right, mate. I've got to say, you've been doing a sterling job here, keeping our punters around the country right up to speed with what's been going on. And, you know, it's the conditions are brilliant here this morning, and we've got some really good games.
Yeah.
Crowds building, and...
crowds building. No, I never would have thought of that comment.
Who would have thought? Yeah. But anyway, the game we're watching right in front of us here at the moment is really tight. Past winners, Sean Scott and Sean O'Neill. I think they might have won this a couple of times, these boys. They are very, very competitive and very hard players to beat. So
Does Sean always play with Sean? I thought he played
yes,
with Terry Scott?
No, Terry... They're cousins as far as I know.
Okay, right.
And the last bowl by Sean O'Neill actually could have changed the head to being...
Yep, according to Aidan, looks like they've given that away there.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. I didn't quite pick up his comment, but it's a very close measure now. But
anyhow, this is Mike Small, before we carry on further. Mike's allowed to be up here because he must be one of the 24 teams that missed out on getting through.
One of those sort of failed to qualify, if you'd like to say. But
wow. Look at that shot. Did you see that one go through?
Yeah, that was extremely well-played bowl, which glanced both the two bowls in the tight measure, but never changed the head. So... you know, one of those things that often happens in this game. You play a near-perfect bowl and you don't quite come up with the answer. So
have you enjoyed the bowls you did play, the games you did play?
Oh, yes, it's been quite special, really. You know, we've had no Australians here this year for the obvious reasons, but we've got a very good sprinkling of players from around the country, and one of the big... aspects that I like about it at the moment, we look out here on this finals green where we've got 8 games going, and many players from our under-26 tournament that were here back in October are on the green here right now, and you know, there's some great pairings and guys that perhaps sometimes might not have played together. I can think of the Adam Bailey combination. They're coming along, aren't they? I mean, I think it's only Adam's 3rd season, isn't it? Or 2nd season? I'm not sure on his playing record, but I know for a young fellow with a hearing disability, manages himself very well, and you know, does a great job.
Yeah, that's the young talent coming through.
And just looking for
What else are you looking for?
Aiden's partner's name. Comes from Tauranga.
Selena.
No, sorry, Adam Bailey's partner.
Oh yeah, that's it's Anthony. He's from I think he's from Tauranga.
Anthony Urlet, and I'll probably say that quite incorrectly.
Just use the first name, and then we can't go wrong.
And another young man who's doing very well.
Yep, he's got orange bowls. That's what I like about him. I'm a bit favourite of orange.
Nothing to do with your heritage, of course, AJ. Yeah.
But no, in fact, it's nice to see all these.
Here we go down. He has a great shot coming in here, but and he's moved the jack to a detrimental place for him. That's for sure. He's gone from 1 down to 3 down. So
did he really want to do that?
Well, he was obviously, the ends are getting down to the wire. We're down to this end and then 3 more. So he was looking to place either, I would think, to hit the shot bowl and onto the jack and push it back down towards their bowls, which are at the back of the green.
That's bowls, though. I think every time you do a slightly faster bowl, you can predict some of it, but not all of it.
Correct.
Wow. So Aiden's still got 1 bowl to go. I haven't been looking at the game. He has. He's still holding 1.
Having just joined in, I didn't quite see who won the last end, but I think you're correct.
Yep.
I think he'd be faced with a draw here to save. He's
definitely
3 down.
He has done it in the past.
But he has a little bit more room than he had before.
Yes, true.
I think Selena's calling that. She's calling a draw shot on his forehand. No, he's fooled me, that's for sure. He looks like his stance is taking him down the backhand side, so it'll just depend on the weight. So he looks as though he's on the draw, and it's on target. He might promote his own bowl here, which is really good. Yes, and he's done that, just exactly that. So we've got a tied-up game here, 11 all. After 12 ends, 3 ends to go, and it's a real battle. So one of the other games that I can spot from my window here is Adam Bailey now has shot ahead. He's up 16-6 with 2 ends to play, so that looks like a conclusion to that game coming up. In the game between Graham Rees and Matt Gallup, last time we reported that it was 13 all. Now 2 ends further have been played, and Graham Rees is 1 in front, 15-14. So another tight struggle there. But I think we haven't quite worked out the differentials yet, which we should do for you. But Matt Gallup, if he loses that game, brings the Adam Bailey game strongly into contention to sneak past them. So just watching Selena's bowl arrive here, and she's done a great job. She has drawn a toucher down that backhand side of the rink. Moved the jack slightly offline, and of course she'll have 2 shots, but the second shot's a wee way away. And last bowl of Sean O'Neill, he played with a little bit of weight, trying to just move the jack back off the shot bowl. and I believe it's just out of screen at the moment, but I believe his bowler stayed live, so it's gone to a good home for his mate Sean Scott.
Right, sorry about that.
No, I've just
Had to make a little comfort stop, sorry.
No
But Mike carried on professionally as he did.
No, I don't know about that. But anyway,
What happened?
Well, we've got an interesting scenario working here in Division 3. Is that Division 3 there?
That's Division 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, so in Division 2, so where we have the Adam Bailey game playing against Morris Symes. Morris looks like he's picked up a 1, so that result that is 16-7 with one end to play. So that means that Adam Bailey's got a +9 at the moment in that game, and the Matt Gallop differential at the moment is, I'll just get AJ, who's an expert in maths, to work this out for us.
Okay, so Adam Bailey had a differential of 2 before this game. And he is how much ahead?
He's now +9 in this game with one end to play.
So that makes him +11.
It's going to change slightly with this end, but
yeah. But Matt Gallop, if Matt Gallop is winning his game, then he's definitely going to be. It's only that we're only looking for a winner. So
yes, the section winner.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Graham Rees is he up or down against Matt Gallop?
Graham is now 15-14 up with 2 to go. So
okay, so that's a lot. Oh, right, yeah.
If Matt doesn't get up in this game, it looks like he's just drawn over there. If we can update you, excuse me, Matt's actually arrived down and got a toucher on his bowl and taken it towards either Isaac Denny's. They've got similar coloured bowls, so it's not too bad to spot on the naked eye from here.
So if Graham beats Matt, but he's got a big differential. You see, he's got a differential of 21. So even if they lose by 2, he's still going to have a differential of 19, and that means that Adam needs to pick up at least 19. You know, I don't think that's going to happen.
Mike's been getting excited for no reason whatsoever.
But it's good to postulate.
Yeah. So getting back to the head at hand here, it's
Selena's bowls there.
We have got Selena and Aiden, who are holding 2 shots, and Sean O'Neill is on the mat here at the moment, and he's playing down that backhand side again, trying to just move that jack back or get onto the other bowl, onto Scotty's bowl in the front, and turn that onto the jack. He's in the area, that's for sure. So we might see a change to the head here. And
oh, that was so close.
Slithered past.
We've had a few like that.
Yep.
High quality bowls.
But of course, 3 ends to go in this game, 11 all. She's a real cruncher.
Yep.
Okay, our team's out in front of us here in the main event. They've been given the 10-minute bell warning, so things are coming to a close, and it's going to be very tight for some of these games, especially the one that we're watching on screen now between Sean Scott and Sean O'Neill, Aidan Takarua and Selena Smith.
And I'm going to try and work out the mathematics now, but I can't even see the screen because the little bright sunshine's come out.
Yeah.
And then you've got to be able to see. I'll take away the glow of my drink bottle, Mike, so you don't get confused there. So...
Yep, we're still holding 2, and Aidan's now going to continue on his forehand.
Yeah, I think they still got to win by a fair way to catch up with Dean Drummond. And they are, because they're leading their game, aren't they? Are they? Is Dean Drummond leading his game?
No, no. Dean
Aiden
Drummond
is-
was down 11-6, but it's
to the other Aiden.
around the corner. I just can't quite see
Yeah.
it yet. Yeah. It's on rink 2.
Rink 18.
Yeah, 18, yeah.
Oh, there's two guys standing right in front of them. You can't quite see it. That's right. Let's concentrate on the one in front here. But
Okay.
definitely this section here is wide open in terms of differentials, although Dean's got starting off with a plus 12. This means
Yeah.
you've got to lose by a long way and somebody else has to win by a big margin, and I don't see this game being a big margin.
Sean Scott coming into the head now. He's going to change it.
Oh,
He's got
yes.
sat there for the
Yep.
shot, so great bowl by Sean Scott.
So Aiden's still got one bowl to come.
Yes, he's got one. And there are opportunities here still on the forehand, but he wouldn't want to move the jack too far.
Selena's having a really good look at it. What's she going to signal?
It's a bit of a delicate choice of shot here. Like the backhand doesn't really give them an opportunity to dead draw. If he's looking, Selena's pointing with her foot to the shot bowl, whether she's wanting Aiden to have a little weighted shot at that, but we'll have to just wait and see what happens here. And we've got a dog behind the rink. He might be able to give us an update on that other game.
If he can bark and get the people away from the scoreboard.
Yeah, it looks like Aiden's on his forehand, so see what happens here. And he's playing a little bit of juice on it, so yeah. But I think
Doesn't look like it's
going
gonna
to
come in,
wide.
is it?
He's going to be wide, so they'll be going
Yeah.
to two ends to go, but they'll probably only, with the bell having gone, they'll probably only
We
get one in. And
Yep.
Yeah. So Sean
So
has
this is a
another
bonus bowl for
Yep.
Sean.
Yep.
If you just say Sean, you know you're right, because there's two Seans in this
Well,
one. I
yeah,
don't know if they even
no.
say them differently.
You do. Well, they spell them differently for a
Yeah.
start, but Sean O'Neill would probably have a little bit of a twang with his, with a name like O'Neill.
Yeah. So there you go, Sean Scott. Can he put another one in there? Because I'm pretty sure this will be the last end they'll play. And it's,
No, they'll get one more
you
after
reckon
this.
they go,
Yeah,
oh, after
Yes,
this one, yeah.
They'll get one more. And they're settling on one. He sort of
Very
played-
quickly
played
moved
a
the,
lot of shots like I played over the weekend. Come up about 8 feet short. Okay, so they've got one end to play. The score 12-11 to the Scott, to
Yeah.
the Shawns, I should say.
Sean's.
Yeah.
Those guys moved away from the board.
Oh, that's that board there. I still can't quite see that one.
Let me have a look.
Second board along.
Yep, it's 14, 13. Yeah, it's the 13th end. And as soon as Sean O'Neill moves his head, it's 14-7. 14-7.
14-7. So that's Aiden Zittersteigen. Sorry, Aiden, for the pronunciation there. And Dean Drummond and Dwayne Cameron. So that game is Aiden is ahead 14-7, and they will be playing obviously their last end with the bell restriction.
But see, the games aren't big enough to make up the differential there, see? So having that 12 differential now,
yes.
before the games start,
So yeah, but Dean Drummond takes if
you only take off.
if Aiden wins this end, depending on by whatever, at the moment he takes 7 off, so he's down to 9. And Adam, oh no, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm talking at false.
So if Aiden wins that game,
Yes.
then that'll make him have a plus whatever the differential is, which won't be much, will it?
No.
Say 7. And that'll come down 7, so that'll make it 5. That could flip those two round.
Yeah, but this is Aiden Takarua here. He's behind in this game, playing the last two, 12-11 down. But he's looks like he's going to change over, certainly with a shot. And Selena's come up just short with her last bowl, as you can see.
She's holding shot, and it must have been a toucher. Was the jacks moved or the kiddies moved? I always keep remembering which one it is.
Well, today some of them are calling them yellows rather than
Yellows.
whites. So, yeah, but it's any of the terms are sort of recognised by bowlers around the place.
Okay, so it looks like that the game on the end rink, which was Morris Symes versus Adam Bailey, they've come off.
Would have concluded, yep. So last time we reported that, it was 16-7 to Adam Bailey. He was ahead.
Yeah, and it looked Adam came off with a thumbs up, so it sounds like they've won it, but we don't know by how much. But that's only going to make 2 wins, and Graham Reese isn't beating... He wasn't he? Graham Reese was beating Matt Gallup.
And he's now playing the last, and he has 2 ahead, 16-14. So Graham Reese ahead 16-14.
Yeah. Still not going to be enough though, because Matt Gallup's got a differential of 21 before he starts in here.
Okay.
So that's almost a sure thing.
Yep.
Okay, getting back to the game we're watching here, we put our maths away.
And,
Looks like it's a measure for both those shots here.
Yeah, but I'm looking down here I can actually see the head from the window here where we're commentating from, and the bowl of Selena Smith is certainly holding the shot.
Mm. Oh, you reckon it's... Okay.
I'll have to...
I always get my piece of string out, even if I'm standing at the head. I just go, look, I'll measure that instead of this finger measuring and looking.
Yeah.
And it must be centimetres out, but it's the fairest. Oh, there goes the bell now. So that's the end of the play, which means everybody's playing on their last ends.
Yeah.
And it looks like the one on rink 19 has just managed to get the jack rolled down. So.
Yes.
Oh no, they just rolled it back. Looks like they've finished their game. That's Richard Hocking.
Yeah, Richard and Barry Williams, his mate, they were well down in the game, and
okay, so there's no change on the game that we're televising. Let's just get back to that. Looks like, according to Mike here, Selena is holding shot.
Yep. Bit hard to tell by looking at the screen, but we have the luxury here of looking straight down on the head in front of us from our position.
So now it'll be interesting to see what the matchups are for the final. See how well they've done. Looks like so Joe's going to be with 3 wins. Matt won't have 3 wins, but he'll have a good differential.
Dave Vincent will be definitely through in that other group, which is if you looked at that section on paper, and looking at things on paper is often very different from looking at them at in the result panel. But Dave Vincent and Liam Ethorn from the Riccarton Racecourse Club here in Christchurch have done pretty well, and here's now Sean O'Neill's bowl just gone through again, so they've got 2 seconds to that Selena Smith bowl. But yeah, looking at that section that Dave Vincent has got through on, Mike Kernahan in there, Kelvin Scott, both
previous winners, are they?
Singles winners from the New Zealand Nationals, both previous winners from our tournament here, and their playing partners really strong. Richard Hocking, a previous winner of the tournament here, and a previous development player for New Zealand Bowls, and so if you were to say yes, they've done extremely well to get through, but they were in our section and annihilated us, so I should have been able to see the writing on the wall.
Just give Mike a pat on the back. He's okay. He can manage it. He's obviously had a very tough section then.
Yeah. Now Selena's just paid her 3rd bowl, and she's put it in an interesting spot, which makes it tricky for this the Sean combination to perhaps run through the head. But it'll be interesting to see how he plays this, Sean O'Neill.
If they're going to have a bash at it, though, Aiden's got the back bowl there.
Yeah, but it's tricky. You've got to clean out some of that. There's 2 other bowls in the front, sort of in line with those bowls. So I'm picking that they'll be trying to rest on the Sean Scott bowl, just to, as you look at the screen, just to the left back of the jack.
Oh, yep. Where he's coming in now.
But he's going to go just round that. So, another good bowl on the head. But
so at the moment, if it's 1 to Aiden, it's a draw.
It's a draw. They will play an extra end.
Will they?
They have to. Oh no! I'm sorry. You're quite correct. I'm thinking way too far ahead.
This is still only just post section, so a draw basically takes both of them out. in terms of...
Here we go. Here's a good bowl here by Selena Smith.
That's-
She's drawn second shot, so now that changes big time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're holding 2, and the
means they're
Aiden
ahead.
Takara team at the moment, as things stand, are lying game. They are ahead, basically 13-12
Yep.
on the scoreboard if nothing changes.
And if they kill this end, Mike, what happens?
If they kill this end, they replay it, because a killed end after the bell, yes, they must replay
Replay
the
it.
end.
And it just delays setting up who's going to win the semi-finals, etc., or who goes through. But
it is a player's game, and they
it
don't
is
be
too.
concerned about that.
No. It's just
You
game
just have
game
to
at a
wait-
time. That's
wait
right.
a bit longer for your lunch. Now, Sean Scott is...
Is he going to come back on the backhand
well,
or the forehand?
he's known as... his nickname is the Scud.
Yep.
And he's given that name for a very good reason. He drives extremely well, extremely fast, and that's where the name came from. But I'm not sure what he's going to do here. He's got a bit of a problem.
Well, he's given it a good polish, which means he's got a good grip on it.
Yes, I think he's going to play. Looks like he might be playing a bit of weight down the backhand. He's trying to get to the last bowl of... He's close. He's got one.
Yeah.
And he's gone through.
Oh, no, that's still not folding in, is
Still
it?
not the wrong shot. So I didn't mean the wrong shot. It's still
But-
not changed the head. They're still holding 2.
2. Now, if Aiden can rest in front of those 2 bowls, that's almost a dead cert, isn't it? Is it?
Nothing's a dead cert, AJ, in this game. No,
I'm
but-
glad I've got a co-commentator that disagrees with me. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you. Nothing's a dead cert.
Yeah.
But that would be the bowl to play, wouldn't it?
He's playing the forehand. Yes, he's going to try and add another one there. Try to get in front of that pair of bowls that just off screen, that right at the bottom centre screen. As you look at it from home, this is what
coming in?
Aiden is trying to get in front of those 2. And he's played it pretty well here. He's played it pretty well. He's played
look
a
at
ripper.
that.
He's played a ripper.
Hey, we called it.
Oh, well, there we go.
We must be all right.
Things are improving.
Hey. Wow. Now there's a big long thoughts. Sean Scott's
Yeah.
having a big discussion here.
So while they're having
That's
their
right.
chat, can we work out what's going to happen with the section?
Yeah, I think even if they'd have to win by a lot to catch up with Dean Drummond's 12. Although, like
yes,
I say,
that's
someone's
right.
been
That's
taken
right.
off, but not much.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, at least what came off at least.
5, wasn't it? Was it 5 differential?
It was 7 before we saw the outcome of the last end.
Okay.
Yeah.
So remember, if you want to keep up with all the scores,
I think the scoreboard is sitting there. It looks
Yeah.
like 17-7 was that
That's
score,
10.
so that's 10 off that.
oh,
So that takes it down to
that means 2.
2, and this game will go up by 2 at the moment. It's going to be really tight. Oh, but
Look at this.
He's
Look
played
at
an
this.
absolute bomb here. He has drawn the shot. It's an absolute ripper.
Wow.
So now we have...
Aiden's still got 1 bowl. I didn't
Yes.
realise he had a bowl to go. I
Yeah,
thought that was
Aiden's-
it. Wow.
no, I
Yeah.
think that was...
Was that Sean Scott's
oh,
first?
yes, no, that's the second of his pair of bowls. So this
Yep,
is the last bowl.
they're all there.
So...
What are we calling this time? We
we're
did pretty
calling
well
this
last time.
So Aiden, what he's faced with here, he's got to try and sit that bowl through the hole between... when they come back on screen there, between the white and the pink bowl behind the jack. He's got to send that bowl through that gap.
Okay.
That's the aim. He's not bad. His line is not bad here. Here we go. We're about to find out, I think.
I think he's got it.
We're about to find out. Well, top shot there.
Jeez.
Hey, they win the game. They win the
certainly
game.
do. That's
13-12.
12.
What a great set of end of
Jeez.
bowls that was. Like, we look at the head and there would be
Changed
a
so many
dozen of
times,
the
doesn't
bowls-
it?
Dozen of
Yeah.
the bowls within sort of 3 or 4 feet of the jack. A brilliant head of bowls. So
Very exciting. I'm pleased to have you here, Mike.
That's okay. That's okay, AJ. It's always good to help out those that are doing a lot of work around the place.
Yep, no, it's good. It's always good to have somebody to disagree with up here. And when we both agree, we know it's wrong.
Yeah.
No, that was a good game. So that looks like I haven't worked out the total numbers yet, but if they only win by 2,
they got 2.
then that's really only going to bring
And
them up to +1.
Eh?
So +1. If they won by 2, then their differential goes up to 1, and that may not still be enough. So Dean may get through on differential.
He'll get through. He'll get through on +2 if that score is correct at 17-7,
Yep.
and they'll be
just 1.1
so
shot behind. Could have been any time those shots, couldn't they? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
This is great. Well, we better sign off here. Thank you very much for watching this game, and Mike, thanks for turning up here and allowing me to have a little break as well. I needed that, and good commentary, and that's us for this game, and we'll be back with the semi-finals. You'll see the link in Facebook. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, all you people there that are making sure everything technically works, and Bill down there too doing the scores. Right, thank you.
Okay.